1, 2, 1.
We open over the Archer Academy, a academy designed specifically for training street-level superheroes. It's run by Alexander and Andromeda Archer, who are your parents, Artemis. And currently, you're having a bit of an argument with your dad because you're training on the trick arrows today, and he is telling you the following. Artemis, explosive arrows are too dangerous for a training facility where there are other people training. You just can't. If you could describe to me what young 15-year-old Artemis looks like and how she is reacting to her father.
So it's the Archer Academy, so everyone is wearing like Archer Academy uniforms, t-shirts. Everyone looks all like professional and uniform. And then you camera pans over and there's Artemis. She's wearing that Nirvana shirt with the smiley face and athletic shorts and her Doc Martens. Kind of like long, slightly frizzy red hair tied back in a ponytail and just arms crossed over her chest, looking like the most like petulant little brat.
I think sort of seeing behind this conversation, though, there is like half of an archery target that is missing a chunk of it and is smoking.
Yeah, to her dad's argument, which is, as an adult, I totally understand is fair. However, she's like, Dad, if we can't train with them, how will we know how to use them?
Well, we have an entire outside training field for the more dangerous armaments. Also, we have practice explosive arrows that are weighted the same, don't explode that much, and aren't built by a 15-year-old without my permission.
It didn't explode that much. I only blew up 2.5 targets, okay? No one was around there. I was careful.
Someone could have lost their hearing. You need your hearing when you're out on patrol.
Yeah, everybody's wearing earplugs, maybe. I was wearing earplugs.
Literally no one else is wearing earplugs right now, Artemis.
Okay, it wasn't that loud. It was barely louder than the music. The music is always on loud when people are training.
He's doing the parent thing of just like staring at you until you admit that it was actually that loud.
It wasn't that loud. I've been to louder concerts, okay?
You've been to what? What concerts have you been to though?
Nothing. I didn't. Never mind.
You know what? Do some laps. We'll talk about this later.
Instead of doing laps, I just slam out of the door and storm off outside.
All right. How are you feeling on an emotional level here?
Livid. Just the kind of anger that only like a 15-year-old person can feel after having an argument with their parent. Just so much angst. It's like the world is against me. Nobody understands me. I am alone and only have my anger.
All right, this is sort of a feeling you have. You can almost feel your own anger like radiating off of you as you storm out into the alleyway where the dumpsters are, which I feel is a spot you end up a lot.
Yep.
And you hear, in your anger, you hear some rustling coming from one of the dumpsters.
I just kick it. I kick the dumpster.
Okay. Now you hear angry screeching from inside the dumpster as several raccoons crawl out, and you can see they look, if they could be like glowing red in the eyes, they would be.
Holy shit. I can control raccoons.
And at that moment, the raccoons attack you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's terrifying. I am now scared.
I think, how do you escape these raccoons?
So they've come out of the dumpster, but I think only one half of the dumpster was open because they have those 2 half lids. So I climb up on the other side and grab there's a ladder for the fire escape and start climbing up that.
Okay.
Because I'm hoping they can't follow me.
I don't think, they probably can't climb the wall. They're just chittering angrily after you. You probably have to kick one off of you while you're climbing.
But I have boots on.
You have boots on.
They're doing that like raccoon jump.
Yeah.
Where they just Google raccoons jumping. It's cute.
Are you still angry in this moment?
I think my emotions are shifting from anger to like fear, flight, gotta get away.
Okay, as you sort of recognize in yourself that you are now feeling fear, the raccoons scatter.
I can control raccoons.
I think we're going to move into a montage. One, how many weeks does it take before you realize that it's not controlling raccoons? It's an emotional control situation.
3 or 4. I'm probably spending a lot of my spare time out in the alley or like in a nearby woods trying to like lure raccoons to me.
I imagine a scene where you're just like very focused trying to control a raccoon, but all the raccoons are just then very focused and calm and like staring back at you with their little hands poised in front of their face.
Yeah. I've brought them like every kind of treat I can steal from the kitchen. I'm like, I don't know, what do raccoons like? Lunch meat, French fries, marshmallows. They do like marshmallows. I've settled on marshmallows, but it doesn't seem to help.
Yeah, I think we see that. I think you see you training the raccoons. Eventually, it's just you're actually like training them to respond to treats and like specific like phrases to do stuff.
But eventually I'm like, okay, when I'm calm, the raccoons are calm. When I'm angry, the raccoons are angry. Huh. And then I start to try it on people.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
Like almost immediately.
And that's when I figure it out. I'm like, oh, well, that's less cool.
Do you tell your parents about your powers?
Absolutely not.
Do you think they figure it out?
Probably. They're not dumb.
How does that confrontation go?
I feel like eventually my family, because my older brother Ajax and older sister Ariadne also train at the facility and are like dumb heroes or whatever. And they've probably started to notice that when Artemis is in the training gym, if she's frustrated or angry, everyone gets frustrated or angry. And they're just like putting this pattern together over the course of, like, they probably talk to each other and are like, this is weird. There's something happening with Artemis. And eventually I walk into the living room at home and then my family's just sitting there on the couches looking at me. Artemis, we have something to ask you. Have you developed a power? No. What are you talking about? And you can, as I'm getting irritated, you can see them like struggling to not just like dig at me, because everybody seems to be mirroring or affected by your emotions, and you can be quite emotional. No, I'm not. Shut up.
Don't talk to your mother that way, young lady.
And it just escalates from there, and then I probably storm out again.
I think this happens again maybe a few weeks later. What your parents have like brought in some superheroes from the Union that's like their co-workers. There's definitely like a Superman equivalent, which is maybe a bit of overkill on their part. And someone who has like power negation stuff.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they want to send you to like to transfer you to a high school that's for like superpowered individuals. They're using a little too clinical of terms. And then, that'll be a good feeder into, you could do your university just at, Western Universe.
I don't want to go there. You went there and Mom went there and everybody went there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to be like you guys.
Which of your younger siblings teases you the most?
They're both older than me.
Oh, they're both older than you.
Yeah.
Which one teases you the most?
I'm the baby. Probably Ajax. He's the oldest. Because I feel like Ariadne is the peacemaker.
Okay.
In the family. She's the middle child.
I think Ajax like kind of cackles. He's like, you're going to be a cutie.
Ew. That's the worst name. Ajax. Shut up.
You're going to be an ooh cutie. It's perfect.
That's stupid. I hate it. I don't want to go there.
We're going to flash forward to there.
Yeah.
To the quad at the University of Western Universe, where you have just seen Dayman turn into Nightman.
What? Holy shit.
And Nightman, huge threat. And
yeah, this is bad.
You're supposed to be giving some kids a tour, which you have definitely not been doing a good job of and mostly avoiding. And you see one of your professors, not a super professor, but just like your math teacher, kind of is like right near you and is like, Artemis, what are you doing? Miss Archer, you need to get your students to safety.
My students aren't even here. I sent them to the cafeteria.
What?
They're fine. They're getting coffee.
You need to make sure you know the rules. Do not engage the villain. Get your students to safety, all right?
Does he like then move away from me?
Yes.
Okay. Under my breath, I'm like, fuck that. There's no one else here. We gotta stop this guy.
There's a little burst of air and your pal Merganser is right next to you. He's like, yeah, we gotta do something.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I saw Jackie and Jason. I saw them over there somewhere. Can you go find them and tell them?
You got it.
Stop this guy.
And you see Merganser run off with her super speed to Jackie. Jackie transforms into Cambion. This like demonic beast leaps at Nightman, turning their fist into something Volkswagen-sized to punch. Nightman tosses them off and then picks up a chunk of like the broken Dayman statue that he just destroyed and goes to throw it. But Thrasher, aka Jason, leaps in front of that, blocks it, and then is going to throw a punch. And Merganser's beside you again and is like, Jason said we need to make a distraction.
Okay. I've got something. And I pull out a trick arrow.
Okay.
Because I happen to have my bow with me that day.
Yeah.
Even though I think my parents' superheroing is stupid, it's useful sometimes. I have learned that. So I have my own set of exploding arrows that I should not have on campus, but fuck the rules.
Just like in your backpack, not in a quiver.
Yeah. They're collapsible. So I'm like, okay, you're really fast. So like run up there and try and distract him. And I'll be right behind you. And I'm like, grab my bow and unfold it because everything is collapsible.
Yeah. Morgan's just like, okay, I'll go left, you go right.
Yeah. Okay. And I just start running with my arrow.
All right. Do you fire the arrow?
Yes. I fire it at Nightman.
Give me a roll to directly engage a threat.
Yeah. What was I rolling with?
This is plus danger.
Plus danger. Okay. I got a 5.
Okay. So that's a failure, which is not great, which means Nightman gets to make a hard move against you. And he is going to use his villain move, trap someone in a waking nightmare.
Oh, good.
I think you were going in your line up your shot. You don't even like fire the arrow because you're just like, you have to look directly at him to sight your shot. And you're looking into the Vanta blackness of him. There's no depth, and it just sort of fills your vision as you kind of are like falling into the void of his person. And what is it that Bandit fears most?
I would say that would be losing her individual identity and just becoming another like drone. She kind of sees her family as they're just like a collective. They're drones. They teach everyone to do the same thing. Everyone gets the same skill. And that might not actually be true, but that is how she sees them. And that would be terrifying.
All right. So I think our like color palette here is switched to like 1960s, like Silver Age comic book. You're patrolling you're on the top of a building. You're in that Archer Academy outfit. Your parents are there. Your brother and sister are there. You're chasing down Colonel Mustard and the Worst, a food-themed supervillain duo.
The Worst, like W-U-R-S-T.
Yeah.
And
you're working like just a well-oiled machine with your family. Your dad and mom are like barking out orders, and you're reacting perfectly to them, leaping from building to building, using like rope arrows to swing. And you were just not in control of your body, or the like cheesy, like, golly gosh, geez, you're throwing out.
I hate it so much.
And you, Bandit, are like trapped in just viewing this through your eyes like a spectator. How do you react to this? This is your like worst fear.
Yeah, that's probably just like a wave of intense fear radiates out for me and hits everybody in the vicinity.
Find out what happens on Orientation Day on the next episode of Origins. And stay tuned for the first issue of Dungeon Punk's Super U.